Hi, everyone. For writing today, you are going to need a piece of paper, and a pencil. So go get those things now so that you don't have to get up in the middle of the video and get them. Okay, so pause the video, go and get a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, do you have a piece of paper and a pencil? If you do, we can keep going. Today we're going to read a story called Oceans and Seas. And this is a little bit different from some of the stories we've read in writing so far. I want you to think about how this story is a little bit different. Now, I'm not going to read the whole book, but I am going to give you an idea of what it's about so that we can get right into writing. So, Oceans and Seas by Nicola Davies. Discover our planet's underwater world. And I know you guys did some ocean stuff in second grade, so it'll be a nice kind of refresher to what you did there. Oceans and Seas. Oceans and Seas. Table of contents. I like the way this table of contents page is written. It's pretty cool. Planet Ocean. Only 1/3 of Earth is dry land, so our planet looks blue when seen from space. The rest of the planet is made of water, and there is life in every ocean and sea. An ocean is a large sea. Sunlit surface. The ocean's surface is full of tiny plants and animals called plankton, which bigger creatures, such as these jellyfish, eat. Staying hidden. Many animals, like this octopus, prefer the deeper water of the middle ocean. There, they can hide from predators and be safe from storms. Deep and dark. The deepest waters are completely dark and cold. Food is hard to find, so animals there have big mouths and eat anything. Predators, animals that hunt and eat one another. Eat other animals, not one another. My mistake. Salty seas. All seas and oceans are salty, with around 1.2 ounces of salt in every 35 ounces of water. That is as salty as one large spoonful of salt in half a bucket of water. Ugh. Saltiest sea. The Dead Sea in Asia is so salty that when its water is turned into vapor by the sun, the salt that's left behind is hard white lumps. This is the salt left behind in the Dead Sea. That's crazy. Very salty. Salty sources. Volcanic hotspots on land and on the seabed add salt to seawater when they release hot gases and molten rock. Rivers wash salt from the land into the seas and oceans. Grains of salt. Some of the salt we put on our food comes from the sea. Sea salt is broken up into small pieces so that we can sprinkle it on our food. Volcanic. From a volcano or area where molten rock or steam comes to the surface. Interesting. Underwater landscape. Hidden below the sea is a world of high mountains, wide plains, and deep valleys, an entire landscape as interesting and varied as the one on dry land. Flattest and deepest. Almost half of the deep seabed is a very flat, abyssal place. Even deeper are the ocean trenches, which plunge more than 32,000 feet below the surface. Check out that picture. 32,000 feet! Holy smokes! Mountaintop islands. When volcanoes form on the seabed, they grow into mountains. These can get so tall that they stick out of the sea and form islands. Black smokers. Deep seawater is usually very cold, but at volcanic spots, called black smokers, water 3 times hotter than boiling water gushes through cracks in the seabed. I don't know if you've ever accidentally felt boiling water, but it's pretty hot. And this, 3 times hotter. Tides and waves. Seawater is always moving. It is stimulated by the heat of the sun and the cold of the ice at the north and south poles, pushed by winds and pulled by the sun and the movement of the moon. Windy waves. When wind blows over water, it makes waves. Strong winds blowing for a long time create the biggest waves, which can be up to 112 feet high. That's a big wave. Tide in, tide out. The moon pulls water toward it as it travels around Earth, causing the seas and oceans to move away from the coasts. This movement causes tides. Most tides happen twice each day. The sea moves away from the shore, tide out, and then back in, tide in. Eating away land. In some places, waves wash away beaches and cliffs, changing the shape of the coastline in just a few days. Okay, I'm going to stop there. We could keep reading. It's all kinds of really interesting facts about oceans and seas, but I won't take up all your time. Before we get into writing, I'm wondering if you notice what's different about this book than some of the other books we've read, like Two Bobbies, or The Pain in the Great One, or Miss Nelson is Missing. What's different about oceans and seas? Did you figure out that this book is non-fiction, which means it's a true book? It's about facts instead of a made-up story. Yeah, this is our first non-fiction book that we've read this year. So it's all true facts and details, which is kind of exciting. All right, here we go. It's time for a quick write. Now, if you remember with quick writes, the idea is your pencil should try to go the whole time. So I have my paper and my pencil. And the topic of your quick write today is, what nonfiction topics do you want to know more about? Now remember, nonfiction means true. So what true things would you like to know more about? You can write anything from different types of animals to famous people who you think are really cool, or video games that you'd like to know more about, sports, anything that you can find true facts about. We have 5 minutes to try to write as many things as we can, and I'm going to do it with you. So this video will be very quiet for 5 minutes as we're writing furiously. Okay, pencils at the ready, my friends. Non-fiction topics, write as many as you can. On your mark, get set, write. 10. Okay. How'd you do? Did you write the whole time? There were a couple times I had to take a break, but I got a bunch. All right, go ahead and count and then write the number that you got at the top. We'll see if any of you could beat me. I got 20. So I came up with 20 ideas. Now, some of them, when I look at them again, I think, okay, maybe that's not that interesting. But the idea during a quick write is that we're writing the whole time. So I hope that you did your very best to write the whole time. And if you did indeed beat me, got more than 20 ideas down in the 5 minutes, you are more than welcome to post your number in the Seesaw comments. And I will congratulate you on your exceptional work. Okay? All right. Now, your writing job today is a couple of choices. You may add to your list of interesting nonfiction topics. So your list that you just made, if 5 minutes wasn't enough to get all your ideas down, feel free to do some more of that in your writing time. You can work on a piece that you've started earlier, something that you didn't get to finish that you'd like to write, or you can start a new piece of writing about anything you'd like. So those are your 3 choices for writing today. Again, you're welcome to write on Seesaw, do a little note and post it to me. You can write in your Google Drive, or you can write on a piece of paper, whatever is most comfortable for you in your writing. All right, enjoy writing today. I can't wait to see what you come up with.